I've heard a lot of talk about patriotism this past week with the storming of Congress, and I started thinking about how I could be patriotic and do something for my country. I'm still hearing on social media that COVID is just like the flu, that 99.8% of people survive from it, and that it's not a problem. And this is absolutely false information. I am a nurse who went to New York City during the surge. I'm 41 years old. I have a BMI of 21. I don't have diabetes or hypertension. And I tested positive for COVID on December 15th. I had pretty mild symptoms. I never required hospitalization or a visit to the doctor. I had some pretty severe fatigue for a couple of days and body aches, loss of taste and smell, brain fog. And I was pretty much recovered after a few days. And here we are, just January 9th. And I have this rash that developed after I started to feel okay. And it's all over my body, and I've done some reading on it. And it's, nobody really knows what it is. There's some thoughts that it's little clots in my skin. And it's just indicative that this isn't the flu. So I've known about the complications with clotting with COVID, which is not something that's normal with the flu. And this is where all the complications are coming from that you hear about. This is why they're associating COVID with heart attacks and strokes, that people in their 30s are coming in with strokes that never would. And the other day I noticed my feet were a little swollen, and my breathing, even though my oxygen levels are normal and haven't gone down, I get winded more easily, and I'm definitely not normal. And so I went into the emergency room and had some lab work done, which shows that my D-dimer was close to 1100, which that is a lab that tests to see if there's breakdown in your body, breakdown of clots. So normal is less than 500, and mine was 1100. Now, this is weeks after recovery. And they did a CT of the chest, and I did not have any pulmonary embolisms, which is good. They were not able to Doppler my legs to look for blood clots in my legs because they didn't have ultrasound. But my legs are equally a little bit swollen. But I wanted to kind of show you what this rash looks like. And I mean, it is all over my body. And I'm doing this for science. Here, it is all over. It is all over my arms. It goes all the way down. You can see where they had my IV. And here, it's all the way down. They're a little bit harder to see on my arms. And my legs. So there's definitely something going on. This is not the flu. And if anybody thinks that this is just another flu and that 99.8% of people survive without any complications, message me, please. Because I'd love to have a chat with you about what I've seen firsthand being in New York City, taking care of patients, and personally myself going through this.